Let's go back over to our server action file. So here's create snippet. And right now we are just always returning the exact same object. So let's delete that and then uncomment all the code down here. And we're going to do a little bit of validation and just make sure that we've got some kind of valid title and some valid code. So at this point, we can remove these as string checks because we're going to do some manual validation on these things and make sure we actually got some valid strings out of the form data object. To do so, I'm going to add in a check. I'll say if type of title is not a string, or if title.length is less than, how about 3 characters, then I want to return a new message object that says title must be longer. I'll then repeat that process for code as well. So if type of code is not string, or code.length is less than, how about 10 in this case, we will return an object that has a message property that says code must be longer. And that's it. That's all we have to do. So now, whenever we run the server action, we're going to do the validation. If there's something wrong there, we're going to return these updated form state objects. That's going to cause our component to re-render on the server, and we'll see some new HTML appear in the browser. If we get past these checks, then we're going to go down and create our new snippet, and then redirect the user off back to our root route. If they get here, they get to this redirect statement, we don't need to return anything at this point because we're not going to show the form anymore. We're sending the user off to some other page. All right, time for a test. So back over here, if I click on create, see title must be longer. If I put in a couple characters, then I get code must be longer. And if I put that stuff in, now I can create my snippet, and there it is. All right, awesome. So that's pretty much it. Last thing we might add in is just a little bit better styling around that error message. Let's go back over to our page component. Here's snippet create page. I'm going to go down to where we added in that div. I'm going to delete that, and I'll take a look at form state.message. If that is defined, then I want to display a div that contains form state.message. And if form state.message is not defined, so if there is no message or if it's an empty string, then I'm going to display null instead. Then on this div, I'm going to add in a class name, and we'll give it a my2, a p2. What else do we add? Probably a background red 200. And how about a nice thick red border as well? So that would be a border rounded and a border red 400. Again, let's save that and go do a test. Now if I try to create without any title or code, there we go. Nice big message, very clear to the user.